There are endless faux wood painting techniques. Today I'm going to talk probably about painting over paneling, which is going to involve some wood graining. There are very many tools that you can use for wood graining. The most commonly used are called rubber combs and rollers. Most people find these sort of tools in their local hardware store, and they have a plastic device on them. It's called a rocking roller. I knock them off their rockers as soon as I get them and roll them by hand and use them that way. This is a smaller version. This is one that I use sometimes. I don't like the way the pattern it leaves, but I do have it for a backup just for quick. These rubber combs start with a wider and go down to the smallest to create the grain in the wood. This is an old mottler. You can tell it's very well worn, 25 years of use, and this is a newer mottler. And when you take this tool and you apply it to a glaze and drag it, it is going to create a wavy wood pattern that you would see in some of the finer woods. So today I'm going to show you first that paneling has to be prepared by sanding and wiping it off with thinner. And then I have a primer, which is mixed here, and I mixed a color. I have sort of a driftwood idea in mind for the final outlook of my wood graining. So I have already pre-mixed my primer, tinted it, and it's just, oops, the thinner is still active, and water and oils don't mix. So I let it dry first, or wipe it off some more. And then the idea is just to get a coat of your primer to cover the wood. The next step is to apply the glaze, which I pre-mix. It's a water-based glazing liquid, which you can buy in a local paint shop, and some tints, which are colorants that are used to change the color of your glaze. And I have a drop cloth, because I am splattering paint everywhere. I take one of the triangular combs and one of the ones that I have knocked off its roller, starting with whichever side, I really don't think about it much, and pull it through the glaze and flip it so the fat edges are together, and I'm going to leave some space for this rocking roller inside, and you pull it. This one, take it in between here, start it on a diagonally straight up and down, and then I'm going to pull it, creating the knot. Observing where you were and going in the reverse. So if you have the fat combed edges on this side, you want to keep it that way. You don't want to flip your comb and have the skinny teeth going into the fat combed areas. So, and then you can make it slightly wavy. You can keep them straight. The whole idea is that it's to mimic wood, and wood is like snowflakes, it's always different. Now we're going to go on to the finish coat. I have pre-mixed a polyurethane-based waterborne finish coat, which is also, it's not totally transparent, so that it will help to mask some of the initial work. We have the primer, the graining glaze, and this now is the finish coat. If I had made this very white, the whole idea was to lighten the paneling. It's almost too drastic of a leap from the beginning to the middle to the final finish. So it took me a little while to finally come up with the right glaze. I start lighter, keep adding tints, and that's the finish.